Professor Omotayo Fakinledi, and is going to be giving us a brief talk before we now have a question and answer session. So I'm going to invite Professor Fakinledi right now. He's going to first of all speak for the first 15 minutes about Africa is 22. And these two courses are the Programming Certification course and the Engineering Design Certification course. So without wasting any time, I want to call Professor Omotayo Fakinledi to give us his talk. Thank you, Professor Fakinledi.
You are welcome. We don't have a lot of people yet, but I think we'll just go on and make sure that this is put on our website so that people who are unable to attend will get to see them. As Dr. Adewumi has said, S2P Africa is offering 2 certificate courses, and these 2 certificate courses are actually means to an end. We have some. One certificate course is on programming, the other one is on design. It's a technology world. The fact that information technology is a blitzkrieg in modern society is not lost on most young people. Most young people understand that information technology continues to be a change agent in many things that are used to. The world is changing rapidly as a result of information technology. Now, the traditional shopping malls are giving way to virtual shopping malls. And even in places that are difficult, where internet is difficult, like places like Nigeria, you are beginning to know about Jumia, about Konga, about some other ways, AliExpress, Amazon. Those things are going all over the world. That is information technology changing the way things are done. Even to get your ride from your home to your office, it is no longer Uber or Taxify. Even to take a bus, you may benefit from some of the services available in information technology. So this IT job scope continues to expand. The influence of other disciplines grow leaps and bounds. All tech ways of doing things are being abandoned because they cannot compete. Virtually nothing is left untouched. Now, will the Nigerian youth go beyond just being consumers of products? Will they be entrepreneurs? Will they be leaders? Will they create wealth for themselves? Can they be competitive in the economy of the future? How much institutional help do they have? Are the universities teaching them? Are their vocational schools teaching them? Where can they get help? How can they overcome the odds and do well? In this technology world, those are questions we need to answer. Programming, algorithms, and coding. Dr. Adegbola, who is also online, our chairman in S2P Africa, used to say something that he does not know anybody who knows how to program, who is jobless. You can be saying that Nigerian youth don't have jobs, or our West African youth are jobless, but show me one who is good in programming, and I will show you that one that has a job. So another thing that the information technology has done is that it makes people who can participate in it be able to survive and triumph and even create jobs. So how do you become good in this new world shaped by technology? For many, the answer is simple: study computer science. That's what some people think. Well, that answer is not completely wrong, but it is not completely right either. It begs several questions. How many successful entrepreneurs started with a degree in this way? Is it Bill Gates? Is it Zuckerberg? Is it Bezos? Is it Musk? And so many others. Is that how they started? When were these people introduced to programming? It's something you can find out. You can find out, for instance, when Bill Gates started programming. And you'll be surprised that he might have started programming when he was barely out of primary school. And that therefore meant that it did not matter what he studied in school. He was already up and running long before he entered university. So, and you can see that the same story applies to several of these people. When were these people introduced to programming, introduced to computer, introduced to IT? It is definitely not at the university level. They were into these things before then. How good are the educational institutions available to actually help you? That answer, I won't answer that, you check. How can you really help yourself? So those are questions that are begged by the solutions we might want to give. S2P Africa has an academy, and at our academy, we propose the following. One, the West Africa educational setup is not moving at pace with the international development. Young people that will be competitive tomorrow must be assisted to take their fortunes into their hands quickly. The earlier you begin, the better for you. Start well so that you can make choices on where to go long before you graduate from a tertiary institution. By the time you are graduating from a tertiary institution, it is not really too late, but it is late. The earlier, the better. If you can start early, you are likely going to cover many more hoops than people who are starting later. Though all hope is not necessarily lost for those who started, but for those who start after they graduate from university. But you are better off if you start early. You gain a lot. We hope you can gain specific knowledge first and become literate enough to know where you want to go. The fact that you gain one specific knowledge doesn't mean you are restricted to that. It can help you navigate the waters rather than gaining theoretical knowledge that just fill your head with knowledge and then you don't know what to do with it. Now, we talk about certificate in programming, which is one of the courses we offer. This is addressed to SS2 students or higher. We chose SS2 so that those people who are in SS3, those who are in first year university, second year university, third year university, final year university, NYSC, or recent graduates, do not get scared. This course is at such a low level that anybody can take it, provided you have a level of mathematics and English that is up to the level of SS2 students. We stay with SS2 students so as to widen the scope. So we are not, in this part certificate, we are not thinking of engineering students necessarily. Engineering students may be part of our goal, but if you are in mass communication or law, or in social sciences or science, or so even though we might be thinking of STEM courses like science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and medicine, social sciences and humanities are also welcome. And that is the reason why we place the course at the reach of somebody in SS2. But make no mistake about it, it is a real programming course. So the fact that we allow SS2 students to come in does not mean it's a joke. It's a very serious course. The goal is to make it possible for you to infuse the mind of a programmer into the profession you choose. Specific assistance for those who will need graphic arts in their works, such as engineers, graphic designers, architects, and surveyors. We can also find things here that will assist people who will use data analytics, marketers, economists, communicators, and virtually everybody is welcome into the programming course because we deliberately set the bar very low so that everybody can participate. The fact that you are studying law doesn't mean you cannot participate in information technology. In fact, if you are studying law, you suddenly discover that all the data about the cases that have happened before are things that you can use data analytics to reach, and to make you better than other lawyers who are not IT compliant. So we can go on. If you are a historian, you are economist, you're a marketer, you're a communicator, architect, surveyor, everybody is welcome into this course. The first order of business in the course is for you to know that you will be guided to installing a full working Python programming environment as you start, and ensure you have a compatible computer available for the courses. Before we say anything, we want to make sure that you are ready to get your hands wet, because you must understand that this course is a hands-on course. Practice is used to teach theory, and you will practice codes first and make them work. The theory of how and why they work will come later. So we insist that you first of all begin to see things work. Full understanding of why they work, how they work, you will get to know. We will use what is working to teach you why and how they work. We will not wait until you are fast in all the theory. We are in a hurry, and we hope you are in a hurry also. We want to get to full mastery of this thing early. Understand that every given example must be fully executed before you move to the following material. The programming certificate has 3 courses. Interactive mathematics with Python is where we start, and that is deliberately designed in a way I will talk about later. Object-oriented programming in Python comes next, and the conclusion is Fusion 360 graphics with Python Application Programmers Interface API. Those are the 3 courses that, if you pass those 3 courses, will give you a programming certificate. The interactive mathematics with Python programming, instead of making assumptions about the basic mathematics that may be needed for that programming work, we teach it concurrently with the programming here. So your knowledge of math will aid your programming. Your programming will also make you understand the math better. So both of them are supposed to be helping each other. Learning both should speed both up if we do things right. So if your problem is that you are afraid that you don't have the math background, you are welcome here, provided you are ready to move fast. We will teach you, but you must be ready to learn fast. We are not going to do it slowly, but we will teach you, and we will not make any assumptions that you know much. Secondary school students that offer further math can code. All tertiary institution students should be at home and use the initial low start to advantage. And then the second course is subject-oriented programming in Python. This adds structure and some algorithmic thinking into the programming, prepares you to apply and use programmers' frameworks such as APIs, application programming interfaces, and prepares for specific API that will be introduced subsequently. That's the graphical API present in the Fusion 360 Python. That will help you to be able to generate complicated graphics using programming only, rather than using GUI stuff. And that is a very good introduction to the use of application programmers interfaces or frameworks. And the last course is Fusion 360 graphics with Python application programmers interface, which I've already talked about. It will begin with a quick intro to Fusion 360. You will also have to install Fusion 360, which will be available for free for you if you are a student in any recognized institution. Everything we are going to use will be free for people who are institutions because the licenses are free. Followed by using the example of API programmatically to generate code. Understanding the object-oriented nature of API and differentiating between algorithmic thinking and coding. We are going to do both. We are going to teach you algorithmic thinking, and we are going to teach you converting what you already know and the instructions you want into Python programming language, which is coding. We want you to know the difference between the two, and we want you to do both, because you are not just going to be coding, you are going to be thinking algorithmically. So we're going to add both of them to your.
I would like you, Prof, to just briefly, I know you've spoken about the programming certification. Just briefly, just tell us a little before we move on to talking about the benefits of obtaining the skills, about the engineering certification, engineering design certification. Okay. Just maybe about 2 or 3 minutes. Yes, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for that. Now, the design introduction course. In this one, we bring together the basic mathematics, engineering science, and graphics needed to apply simulation software to design. You can take any simulation software and start putting things in, but you will not fully understand them until you have some basic theory. That basic theory, many of them are covered in 200 to 400 level courses in university programs in engineering and science. We are teaching them anew here. If you think you are already good in them, you can come and challenge the courses we are taking. What we mean by challenge is that you come and take some tests in it, and if you find out you can pass those tests, then that means that you know them. If you cannot pass those tests, then you will better come and take the courses. The fact that you get grades in all these strike reading universities. Many times when you come back, you are just told to do your exam, and there are things that we gloss over, and that can cost you a lot. So we teach these things afresh. So it is challengeable by those who are confident and can add to your knowledge, to the knowledge of those who are not sure. So we are going to teach things like vector analysis, mathematics that are relevant to the design process. And then we teach continuum mechanics. And then we will do linear simulation, both for solid mechanics and for fluid dynamics, using computational fluid dynamics software, as well as linear and nonlinear elastic software. So these are needed to smoothen the simulation courses needed later in the internship program. So those are things we will teach here, and there will be a certification for the design introduction course. Internships are offered later, which will give you the full certification if you go through the internship. The internships require the backgrounds provided by the two certification courses. So what we are saying is that before you can enter our internship program, you must prove to us that you already have the background in the materials we cover in those two courses. If you don't, we will not even talk to you. But the fact that you do doesn't necessarily mean we will take you, because our internship programs are competitive, because many of them are sponsored. So we have sponsors that will pay your fees there, and some of whom will also give you stipends when you go through that. But you will not even be able to apply unless you have met the requirements in the two certificate courses we offer. The test to qualify will require the scope covered in the certification courses and more, but they do not guarantee sponsorship. Internship can also be paid for by candidates. So those who do not make it to the sponsorship grade, whereby they are either sponsored or, in addition to that, getting a stipend, we will make allowance for them to pay for their courses and still be in the course if they choose to. But everybody must reach the point at the certification courses that we are offering here, both the basic certificate in programming as well as the certification in the introduction to design. I think that's all we will say now. We will say more later on. Thank you, Dr. Dewumi. I think I've said enough.
Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you for that. I think you have said so much about the benefits in actually the skills that will be gained when going through these courses. I don't know if you have any other thing to add as per benefits of going through the courses before we move to Q&A. I also want everyone to know that you can ask questions by putting your questions in the chat room. Thank you, Prof. I don't know if you have any other thing to say about benefits in going through this, what kind of skills, what would they be able to do with the skills that will be gained in the certification courses?
Okay, thank you. The first certification course is programming. Our introductory programming course, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, our introductory programming courses lead to opening people into several of the areas that are available in information technology. So if you want to be a computer scientist, welcome. You want to become an engineer, welcome to the areas of engineering covered by information technology. We'll get you through your graphics, introduce you to simulation, introduce you to using software for design, for analysis, for solving your differential equations, for doing so many things that you do. If you're an architect, you are welcome. We'll introduce you to the graphics you need. If you are an economist, you're welcome. We'll introduce you to data analytics, and you can learn more about artificial intelligence and the way many of these things actually come into play in the things, in the field you choose. So all we are going to do in programming certification is so basic and elementary that the design, even though we are aiming at STEM courses, that is science, technology, engineering, mathematics, or probably medicine, we are welcoming everybody. Those people whose children are going into engineering will find this a very, very strong preparatory background, because you will begin to do your engineering graphics right from here, and you are going to be doing it at a different level because you are going to be doing it programmatically. So you're not just using the GUI. So that is the programming course. It is a very elementary course, and it is designed to help you to be thinking of whatever else you are doing with a programmer's mind. That is the thing. And we believe that it is that programmer's mind that is going to create future entrepreneurs. So you may find yourself that whatever discipline you are in, you begin to use the modern ways to look at them, and you can leapfrog your mates who do not have the same background. So that is what is in it for you. The second one is prerequisite to our internship program. The second one is to prepare people with the theoretical background in case they miss that in their universities. In case their university did not teach that, or did not teach it well, or they were on strike so much that you miss out some of those things. We are repeating some of these things in a very fast way to give you what you ought to have learned in a normal engineering program or in some science courses. These are things you should learn: vector analysis for sure. You should learn some calculus, some advanced calculus, and as well as tensor analysis and continuum, which includes fluid dynamics, strength of materials, theory of elasticity. All of these things are addressed in the simulation packages. But without them, you will not be able to interpret the result of simulation packages. So you cannot learn the design simulation packages well without this background. So we are introducing those things here to aid the simulation packages and using simulation to augment design in engineering. So those are the things that you learn. But the first course is general. The second one is specific to people who want to use it for engineering design. I think that is what I can say for now. Maybe other things will arise as a result of a question and answer. But
thank you. Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you very much. We already have two interesting questions in the chat room. What I will do is I'll first of all give a response, and then I'll now allow Prof to put in any addition in case I missed anything. So the first question that is coming up says, as an engineering student who has some background in programming, is it compulsory to still take on the full introductory course before doing that of the internship? So I think I can quickly answer that based on some of the things that Prof just said. The first course is general. It's not directly a prerequisite to the internship. In the internship program, you will need the second course, which is the Introduction to Engineering Design certification to enter the internship. And in that course, we have 3 courses: vector and tensor analysis, we have continuum mechanics, and we have linear simulation. Now, as Prof has said, you don't even need to do the course, first of all. You can challenge the course by taking the tests. There is a self-testing platform for the first two courses, that is the vector and tensor analysis and the continuum mechanics. For the third course, you are going to be given a task. If the admin can help us, you can just help us project those posters, because they have all those courses for each of the certification programs. So for the internship, you really need the Introduction to Engineering Design certification. The programming certification course is general, but you would not be able to do the interview on the task without a knowledge of the programming certification course, because you are going to be given a design challenge. And if you do well in that challenge, that is when you can now enter the internship program. You won't be able to perform well in the design challenge if you don't have some knowledge of object-oriented programming or API for graphics and animation. So I hope I've been able to answer that. I know if there's anything I missed, that Prof will still make some inputs. The second question was, what is the duration of the courses? So for the first one, which is the programming certification course, it is a self-paced online course. So each of the courses under the programming certification course runs for a month. You will need 60 hours of learning. So you will have to commit to 60 hours of learning a month. So what I'm saying is that for the interactive mathematics with programming, you will need 60 hours of learning in July. Then that will now take you to the object-oriented programming, which will come in August. You will also need 60 hours of self-paced learning. Remember that there will be graded assignments. So you have to actually pass all the graded assignments to receive this certification. Then the API programming with graphics is also, you need to commit also to 60 hours of learning per month. The programming certification course is going to run concurrently with the engineering design certification course. So the two courses are going to happen from July to September. I hope I've been able to answer that question. If you are not, if there's still something missing, you can still type in the chat room. And if there's anything I've not said, I know that Prof is here to give more clarity to the courses. Prof, do you have any addition to those responses?
Yes, I think we have already said it. These courses will run concurrently. So if you are registering for the design course, you can register concurrently at the same time as you are registering for the programming certification. And if you are strong in the programming, then you can leave that alone and come to the design courses alone. But for those who are interested in the internship that we offer later on, especially those who want to compete for the sponsored internship, which also has stipends attached, you must do well in both. We must do well in the second course, which means that you have a very good background in the first course for you to have any hope of qualifying for that. So.
Okay, thank you so much, Prof. The other thing I wanted to, when we mean self-paced online course, I just want to expand on that. What it means is that when you enroll for the course, each of those courses will go for $50 each month. When you enroll, you have access to all the videos, you have access to all the lecture notes. You will also have the opportunity to put in questions in a comment box that will be available to you if you need clarification. And each of those courses, what it means is that you can go at your own pace when you have those videos. You can pause, you can rewind in case you need to listen to it over and over again. But it's just that the courses will be available for you 1 month at a time. So that's what the self-paced online course means, learning at your pace. Once you enroll, you can find your own time to view the courses and go through the notes. That's just what I wanted to add to what we've said. So I'm just waiting in case we have other questions. For example, maybe you have a question about the internship. I want you to know that there will be a call when the internship application opens. And if you're on our mailing list, you're going to receive an information for that call. So just watch out for that call. It will be opened. The projects that are going to be coming on for the internship program will also be on our website. Some of them are going to be sponsored. Some of them are not going to be sponsored. So just watch out for our website. All this information will be available to you very soon when that advertisement comes up. Thank you. Do we have question? Do we have any other question?
Well, I can't see any questions now. Maybe we should say a little bit more, therefore, on our internship that will come later. One of the reasons why we are rushing these first two courses really is to make sure that we have people who are ready to go into the internship program, because the internship program is a way of introducing practical design training to engineering, to the engineering training that many of you have received from the universities. So, but in order to get there, we want to offer we want to be sure that some of the basics that will be required are covered. If they are covered in your university, fine, come in. If they are not covered in your university, come to our course and take them there. So at that point, when you are applying for the internship, you must be at least at 400 level in the university. That's the minimum educational requirement needed. And you cannot be beyond NYSC. So it's somewhere between 400 level and somebody at NYSC. That can actually, you can use it for your capstone project if you want. You can use it for your SciWest if you want, but we are not going to be limited to your school's timetable. You can discuss with us, and we can give you that. And again, like I said earlier, our internship is largely funded. So those who make it to the internship will receive a stipend for the 6 months through which the internship will last. And some of them will also receive a full tuition free because the internship itself is paid for. But we are looking out for people to sponsor you. So there are people who are sponsored by well-meaning donors to the project, so that you will not need to pay. But if our sponsorship scope runs out and you still want to come in, then we will make room for you and you will then pay to come in. But you will not even be able to get consideration for those unless you have the background provided by the programs that we are offering now. So that is just for that. So one of the reasons why we are offering this is to prepare people for our internship program. But we are not limited to that. Our scope of the basic programming courses are very, very, very vast. So somebody who is in SS2 can come and take it to get better, more ready to come to a university to study computer science, engineering, economics, or whatever you want to study. This might be your preparation to get into it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. Thank you for that detailed information on our internship program. The last thing I'm going to talk about now, thank you, Mubarak Tijani, for coming. I can see your chat. You participated in the engineering design competition. Thank you for coming, and some of our other participants that are in today's virtual information session. I just want to give you a brief about enrollment. Just like we said, you can challenge the courses for the internship program. When you enroll for that course, what we mean is that for some of you, you might not want to take the course. You might not want to go through, but we are going to create a place where the tests are going to be hosted. Once you self-test, we automatically receive your results. And you also will see your results. The only thing is that since you are not enrolled on the course, it will be pointing you to some parts of the course that you actually need to work on. If you don't enroll in the course, you will not be able to have the material to be able to check. So I needed to clarify that. So even though you are going to be able to take the self-test, that is going to be open to you. But when the self-test is telling you that you need to work on some areas, you might not have access to those notes because those notes are only going to be available to those that are enrolled in the course. So I wanted to clarify that. So the self-testing will be opened to those that want to challenge the course. Then for the linear simulation, there has to be a design task for those that want to come into the internship program. And that will involve some kind of interview. All these details will come in when we announce the call for the internship program. The other thing I want to say, so what should you do from now? For some of you, you're already looking forward to enrolling in maybe one or two of the courses or even for the certification. You are going to receive a newsletter and also an email from us telling you in details how you are going to enroll. Enrollment for any of these certification courses will open on the 14th of June. On the 14th of June. So we'll start enrolling those that want to come into any of these certification courses. And also for those that want to challenge the vector and tensor analysis course and also the continuum mechanics course, you will also need to enroll but you don't need to go through the course. Once you enroll, there will be a comment for you that says, do you want to challenge the vector and tensor analysis and the continuum mechanics? Once you say yes, then you will have a platform where you will go straight on to the self-test. So these are just the information that we have for you for now. Do we have any other question? Any other question before we go? Okay, I cannot see any question. Okay, I'm going to take this question and possibly allow Professor Fakilede to answer this one. Good evening. I participated in the previous competition. I was among the finalists, presently looking for a place for my PPA. I wish you actually expanded on that. I have engineering background backed up with computer-aided drawing skills. Okay, you may be drifting for the main objectives. So thank you for your question, because there might be others that are interested in, if I have this background, do I come in for the internship? Is S2P Africa open to PPA? Can you please type in the chat room what you mean by PPA so that it can be clear to everyone? We don't assume that everyone knows that. So I'll just wait for you to just clarify what PPA means, so that I would allow Prof to answer that question. So I'll just be watching in the chat room. Once you put in PPA, we'll be able to answer that. So Prof, there's somebody.
No, I'm reading it, but I'm waiting for the meaning of PPA.
Okay. Actually, so I'm just waiting for what PPA means. I hope that, okay.
Okay, please, for primary assignment for NYSC.
Oh,
no, okay.
So, Prof, can you just comment on that?
Yes, primary assignment for NYSC is not what we are offering at this stage. It is not impossible, but that is not what the internship is about. Somebody on UCO can take the internship, but you can apply for the internship if you have the background, because NYSC is not too advanced. Anybody from 400 level to NYSC can actually qualify to get into the internship, provided their background in the two certificates are good enough. So you have to check yourself. But I don't know whether it can meet your requirement for PPA right now. But we are not actually into offering it for PPA. It has a lot of interesting things that you might think is good enough for PPA, because we're going to pay some amount, and the amount we pay is close to what you will get in a place of primary assignment. And we're going to keep you busy, but we do not want to we cannot at this point know whether you will get in, because it is competitive. And then it is not going to be immediate. Dr. Adewumi, please, when is the internship intakes coming? When are they coming?
Okay, so that is
not October or November.
That information. So the call for internship is going to open in August. The internship program proper is going to start in October. So the call for internship is going to, so for those that are maybe interested in our internship program, it will open in August. But like we said, you must have challenged some of the courses that we offer, and we must have seen that you have met up with the past grade before we can even consider you for that internship program. So if you are somebody looking for a place of primary assignment, for now, just like Prof said, the major goal is our internship. We know that you have some computer-aided design skills, but S2P Africa has also a process of interview. They have a process of knowing that you have the theory, and one has to go through that process to enter into our program. And that will not start until the month of August. Prof, I don't know if I was able to.
Yes. I think we've given enough information on that.
Okay.
I believe that's.
So thank you for that question. We don't have any more questions. I'm just trying to maybe just hold on for the next 2 minutes. We've said a lot about the certification courses, and we've also talked a lot about the internship program. Of course, this virtual information session is recorded. It's going to be available for those that are not here and also interested in the internship program. The S2P Africa Academy courses is linked to the internship program and is very key. And that is why we need to open up this certification course in July. So that is
okay. I think
we have for now. Any last questions or comments? Prof,
yes, I think we can. I think we can end the session in 2 to 5 more minutes if there are no questions. And the attendance today is not a lot, but Dr. Adebola's hand is up, so maybe we should let him unmute and make a comment.
Dr. Adebola, you're welcome. Please go ahead and unmute. Admin, I hope Dr. Adebola can unmute himself so that he can.
Yes, I have unmuted. Thank you. It's attendance I want to talk about. Thank you very much, Dr. Adewumi. Thank you, Professor Fakinledi, and thanks to the participants. I just want to encourage the participants here, and particularly those that have been involved with S2P Africa in the last few years, to spread the word and let more people know, because it is in the participation of as many people as possible that the true benefits of these offerings will begin to impact society. We need a critical mass of people with this kind of PPGS thinking, and we believe it is from the crop of you young people that we can get this. It's not too impressive, the participation today, after having run for some time, particularly after having had a successful West African Nigerian design competition. I believe that more and more young people should get to know about what we are doing and get involved. So I was expecting to see a lot more people registered today. So I want to enjoin those who are here to tell others and get others to tell others, so that a lot more people can know about these opportunities and take due advantage of them. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
Sorry, Dr. Adewumi, and just also note that what we have done today is going to be on the website. So people who are not at this meeting can find the full transcript and listen to it too.
Thank you, Dr. Adebola. Thank you, Professor Fakinledi, for your comments and also your feedback. And that is why this session is recorded, so that this also can be used. So I just want to encourage also the participants, once we receive the link to this recording, we can also use it to speak to others. Also on our website, for those that were in the engineering design competition, some of our info sessions, you will be able to see what the interns from 2021 were able to do with the skills that they gained. If you go through that internship program, it offers much more to prepare you for the marketplace, linking what you are learning in the classroom to creation of products. So we are grateful that the admin is recording this so that we can also put it out there for others to hear. Thank you very much for coming in today. Thank you, Professor Fakinledi, for facilitating today's session. Thank you, our chairman, Dr. Adebola, for your input and your feedback. And a big thank you to everyone that took time out to attend this virtual information session. Just keep looking forward to receiving emails from us about all these things that we've discussed today. And I'm sure you will know what is the next step you need to take. Thank you very much. I will have to say bye-bye to everyone now. Professor Fakilede, thank you. Dr. Adebola, thank you. Admin, thank you. And everyone that was here today, thank you very much. And bye-bye.